Baseline gonna make man shut up. Baseline gonna make man shut up.
Welcome everyone to EML. It is the repeat of last week's social race. I hope to God it goes according to plan, and I hope to God that you are going to be in for a thrilling ride as well. My name is James Head. I'm going to be taking you through the stream, of course, on this fine Wednesday evening. Hope you are all doing well. And as you can tell, I'm all alone here tonight as well. So you've got me and my croaky voice for the next hour and a half. Hopefully that's not too bad. Hopefully, though, we get some good racing out on track, and hopefully we don't get any crashed lobbies. Ryan, I am looking immediately in you for last week's absolute debacle that we had on lap number 12. Coming into tonight, though, we have got an updated grid graphic. We have got an updated lineup as well for quite a few teams that are actually coming into this compared to last week. NLR have stuck with the same lineup of Ryan and Spicer. Very strong lineup, I'm going to say, for NLR. IRT have completely changed their lineup. Wingish and Marley are in for IRT. Then, brand new team, actually. I think an Xbox team, if I'm not mistaken. RSC with Mondipo and Frozen 9. Hopefully, he will not be frozen out on track. That's a bad one, I know. CRE, Claret Racing Esports, they are an Xbox team. They competed in WR Legacy Division qualifiers last season, and they've got Divizzi and Blunty R9 in for their team. Team TGF have got Mateus, I hope I pronounced that right, and TGF Zako. RVL have stuck with the same lineup of Lorenzo and Mad Dogs. Very easy for me on the grid graphics. I didn't need to update them whatsoever. Artemis have got Ismail and SJZ Junkie Angle in. Very strong lineup, I've got to say, with Ismail being a former CPI driver, if I'm not mistaken. AERT were due to have Jake and Lorenz alongside each other. They are going to be alongside each other this week. They didn't last week. Owen and Finbob, I believe, are the two for BRT. That will just be confirmed in a second because I am waiting on what that is. Yes, it is. It's BRT Finbob and BRT Owen. And then we have got Avisio there with Lars Kramer and Leonardo, which I think is a stonking lineup, I've got to be honest, for their team. It is 8 o'clock, pretty much, just about a minute before 8 o'clock. I believe everyone has joined the lobby, so unless you're waiting on a cold comms, we are all good to go in terms of the lobby and in terms of the stream coming into tonight. So with that being said, let's have a look at the track map in question. It is the Drummer Hermanos Rodriguez, 4.3 kilometers in length, 2.6 mile, 17 turns. Await now drivers out on track with the 3 DRS zones, one shared, of course, between turns 1 and turn 4, down all the way down in that shared DRS detection point, and then another one coming into the Ferrosol, the baseball stadium section, at turn number 12. So it's going to be really intriguing, I think, to see how the racing goes according to plan. And hopefully it does go according to plan, because I do not want a repeat of last week. Neither do the admins, neither do any of you at home. So hopefully this will be a really good race, and hopefully you guys will be tuning in. And speaking of tuning in, let's see and have a look when it loads on my end about the chat that we have got and how many of you are tuning in so far here tonight. Is it just me literally speaking to nobody at the minute? No, it's not. Nordic Ninja is there in the chat, and Steban is in there as well. My good old League of Europe Division 3 and Division 4 rival back in the day. Not going to be partaking, unfortunately, in League of Europe this season, but Steban, I hope you are doing well, and I will definitely catch up with you at some point in the near future. We are in the lobby right now, and as you can tell, Mad Dogs has got some trophies. And also, you can tell all 20 drivers are in. We are good to go. Everyone can get readied up. It is up to Ryan and indeed the admin team, in fact me, to probably tell people why on earth they would be readying up at this stage. But we are good to go, and we are very much ready indeed. So, yeah, it looks as if Radius is out and Kiwi is racing for BRT. So that might be a change in the lineup there. In fact, it's not. It's Finn, Bob, and Owen. Owen, I think, is Kiwi. So, BRT sticking with the same lineup. And we can, indeed, ready up. And I am just gonna go and just... Well, I can't tag everyone on the Discord, which is really unfortunate. But, if you are tuning in, by the way, and expecting an announcement for season number 7 of EML, including the qualifiers, including the calendar, that will be coming up in the intermission. The qualifying intermission that we normally have, the split that we normally have between qualifying and the race, we will be announcing more stuff then. The calendar, everything you need to know about EML is going to be had within the next 20 minutes or so. So when that intermission comes in, I'll flick straight to the camera screens and go through everything that you need to know about EML Season 7. Looking through, it looks like Finn Bob is asking why Mad Dog's name is in gold. I honestly don't know why he's in gold, to be honest. Answers on the postcard, please. I'm assuming it's because he's picked up career mode victories and he's got his trophies on. That's what I'm thinking. That's the running angle that I'm going off. But we are going to get going very soon indeed in terms of the action out on track. Ryan, by the way, was showing off his gloves a little bit earlier on. Personalised NLR gloves, I may add that as well. They look very, very nice. The 18-year-old from Germany, hopefully, going to be giving us a good performance. And he was setting 0.3s and 0.2s last week, so expect him to be well and truly up there once again. And expect NLR, in that fact, to be well and truly up there once again. So yeah, going to be really intriguing. My light isn't working on my PS4. Hang on, give me a second. Hopefully it'll just fix. Very strange. Yeah, my oh, no wonder. It's unplugged. There we are. Goodness me, you can't see me on the stream, which is good. But I was just looking over to the left-hand side, thinking I could plug in an LED light. Didn't work because the other halves actually came out of wherever it was in. So I will fix that in due course. We are, though, out on track, which is really good to see. And the 20 drivers are going to be doing battle around here, of course, in Mexico City, Mexico, at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. This should be a really intriguing social race, and I hope to God that we get through it first time of asking. We have got drivers now filtering out on track. Might be an NLR driver, I'm thinking, coming out first. And it is indeed, it is NLR Spicer. How did I guess that? Was it just because of the livery being green and white? Probably yes, but Spicer is the first man out on track. And of course, he was up there, I think, within the top 2 or top 3 in qualifying last week in the cancelled social race. What I'm just going to do quickly is turn off my camera on Discord. Don't need that anymore. And I can also do that so it doesn't affect the stream that much. So there we are. We should be in the crystal clear. If I will apologise if that is not in the crystal clear and everything has just messed up as a result. But Spicer first man out on track, a real flurry of cars actually ending up on track. Laurens, Wingish there for IRT, Leonardo in there as well. Demizzi, Junkie Angle all coming out on track. Lars Kramer also out on track as well. Lars Kramer, a podium sitter in WR Tier 2 that I covered on Friday. Same as actually with Finn Bob, I believe. Finn Bob very unlucky indeed in that race. Did a very good performance though within that race regardless of that result. He is also in for BRT and definitely one to watch out for. Wingish apparently having his debut as Spicer is coming to the final corner on the run toward the line. So let's ride on board with Spicer on the run now down in towards turn number 1. Hot lap mode enabled. 60% of EOS that he's got to burn still on the entirety of this lap. And runs now down in towards turn number 1. Through the right-handed kink of 1. Then to the left-handed of turn number 2. And then to the right-handed of turn number 3. Sausage curve there added to the left-hand side. Just trying to create a little bit more banks off the car. Spicer now coming up the hill, coming up the straight even, down in towards turn number 4. And a 28 flat in the first sector. It's not bad at all. Sunshine conditions early on within this qualifying session. Spicer now comes through the right-hander now of turns number 6 and 7, or the double right even, turn number 6. Then in towards the SA section, turn number 7. Invalidates through turn number 7. That was very, very harsh, I've got to be honest, that invalidation. That looked perfect for me. Spicer through turn number 11. Let's run on board with this lap time, see what it could have been in terms of this. Should be around 55.2. Yeah, 55.2 indeed. Through that middle sector. Now through turn 12. In toward the Feathersall, the baseball stadium section at 13 and 14. And then in towards the double right at turn 15 and 16. That left-handed King's corner. Then through Parallel Tardo at turn 16 and 17. On the run to the line with NLR Spicer. The 1:13.599 would have been quickest, but it's not because he invalidated his run. WR Lorenz actually on a lap time. Lars Kramer there going quickest. Collisions, by the way, off. That's where you've seen some of the cars dulcet. Lorenz is actually not looking too bad. 55.2 in the middle sector. If game sound is delayed, I am going to fix that right about now. Hopefully that is now fixed. Lorenz now coming through the right-hander of turn number 16 at Parallel Tarda. On the run toward the line. Should be up there with Lars Kramer. Is up there with Lars Kramer. Goes third. NLR Ryan though out on top at 13.2 already in the session. Very, very good lap from him. BRT Owen is invalidated. Ismail just starting up on a run. Mondipo for RSC as well. RSC being one of the new teams that are going to be qualifying with us in Season 7. Part of the 35-strong lineup, I believe, that we have got currently in EML console signed up. Couldn't get a graphic done in time because I was just far too busy. Mondipo, though, is into the pit lane to RSC. Not looking good, I've got to say. Very much inspired livery there, which is what I like to see. Drivers and teams running their liveries early on in the season, even if this is a social race. Mad Dogs is coming down in through turn number 3. Then through the right-hander or the left-hander coming up in towards turn number 4. Ryan the Wild on top, Lars Kramer second, Finn Bob in third. To be honest, I'm not entirely surprised that they are the front 3 right now. 28.1, that was from Mad Dogs coming through the first sector, of course, part of the RVL. The RVL, oh, I had the name, but it's gone. RVL anyways, they're a French outfit, and they're now coming through Mad Dogs in towards turns 8 and 9. Ryan, Lars Kramer, Finn Bob, not entirely surprised, to be honest, up the top 3 right now. Mad Dogs is looking not too shabby, actually, on this lap. 55.2, up there with Lars Kramer, up there with Finn Bob. I think he'll go behind Lawrence, maybe, in terms of this lap time. Coming through, especially. Coming through now, the left-hander turn 13, 14, then flicks it right through 15. In towards the right-hander now, turn 16 and 17, through Peraltada, on the run toward the line once again with Mad Dogs. And he goes ahead of Lawrence even, so actually, my theory of him going behind is not proven. Owen now is better than we'll go with a 13.6, so plenty of drivers early on a 13.6, Finn Bob on a 13.606, Owen on a 13.649, consistency the key there for BRT, might be to come in a couple of weeks' time, and then RVL Mad Dogs there with a 13.672, the French outfit and the French man, in fact, doing very well indeed. Zeku was on a lap time, purple in the middle sector. Definitely not purple in the middle sector, though. In the McLaren looking in the 355.7 in that middle sector. Compare that with Finn Bob and Owen and the likes on a 55.2. Zeku will be going around Ismail sort of area. On the run to the line, goes ahead of him. So, yeah, count your lucky stars that the lottery numbers are not being predicted by me tonight, because otherwise I think we'll probably have the jackpot. Ryan out on top, Lars Kramer second, Finn Bob in third through the first 6 minutes of this qualifying session. Frozen Mind is on a lap time for RSC, and again, very much akin to their logo in terms of their house style as well. Really, really good to see teams running their actual liveries, which is very, very nice. It might be a requirement going forward in the qualifiers in 2 weeks' time. Frozen Mind, though, coming now through the left-hander of turn number 11, in toward the left-hander now, turn number 12, and his middle sector, 56.3, 6 seconds up, purple according to the screen there in that middle sector. He's not looking too bad. It's a 16 flat as lap time, so anything better than a 16 flat, I think he'll absolutely take. He has run out of deployment, I think, nearly toward the end of this lap. 30% still to use up. On the run toward the line with Frozen Mind. And it's a 15.9. He does improve. In the end, only improved by a 10th and a half, which is very disappointing. I'll be honest there from his perspective. Ryan the Wild on top, Lars Kramer second, Finn Bob there in third. I believe Lars Kramer's just starting up on a run behind Spicer. Spicer actually is on a run right now with a 28 flat through the first sector. Not purple in the first sector, according to my screen anyways. Ryan, though, still out on top. Could be an LR 1-2 if Spicer puts this good lap time in. They were 1 and 3, I believe, in qualifying last week. Correct me if I'm wrong. NLR representative in the chat. Spicer coming through the left-hander turn number 9, then through the right-hander turn 10, and then through the left-hander turn number 11. And the heat is absolutely on this like a car bonnet. Spicer 55.1 in that middle sector. Should be going ahead of Lars Kramer, I think, in terms of this lap time. It's looked very neat and tidy. Now installed the Ferrosol through 13, 14, and 15. Or catches the curb, unsettles the car, going to lose some time now all the way through Peraltada, all the way through the line, but he's actually negotiating that very well indeed. Chunking ahead of Lars Kramer, and in the end finishes second. Don't judge a book by its cover, I think is what I'll say with that lap. Spicer in 7th. I thought that was a lot better than what it was, but it's not. Bunty there in with a beyond Blunty even. Not Bunty, goodness me, that's a flashback from the past. Blunty there, R9 in second. Ryan though goes even quicker. 13.1, very, very good lap time from his perspective. IRT Marley just starting up on a run. Not to be confused with Marley and me, of course. Down there in P18, IRT are going to absolutely have me for that one. Marley coming through turn number 1. Through the right-hander now in turn number 3, through the chicane. And on the run there down in towards turn number 4. Hope Steven has tuned out now for me saying that. Marley though through the first sector. 28 flat absolutely bang on where Spicer was in that first sector. So very, very good from him. In the new-looking IRT livery, of course, that very much turquoisey blue that they're going for now within the logo. Marley definitely running that and definitely running their team colours now, which is good. Coming through the left-hand return number 9. Really flat out pretty much through there. He's on hot lap though. I'm not sure if he's actually on a run here or if he's just running out of VRS. 55.4 though is respectable in that middle sector. He should be going around Jake, Junkie Angle, Leonardo. That sort of area is where I'm thinking he'll go. 13.9, 14 flat here. As Marley now comes through the final corner. On the run to the line. Call me an absolute god. 14 flat. Absolutely bang on. Marley there in 14th. Put the lottery numbers on. Might just be a couple of £1 million richer by the end of tonight. Ryan the Wad on top. Blunty there in second. Lars Kramer in third. Just trying to see if there's anybody else on the lap time right now. Junkie Angle, I think, is through the first sector. Owen is through the first sector. 27.9. That's one of the fastest I think we've seen so far this evening. BRT Owen, very much experienced. BRT Kiwi, as he's now known, of course, on the Xbox side. Might be very familiar with him from WOR, as now Owen comes to the left-hand return number 9. And now through the right and left turns 10 and 11. Just backs up there the throttle nicely, but to get the run through turn number 11, really neatly done by Owen. Middle sector split, 55 flat. Absolutely bang on where we want him to be. Now coming from the Parasol. In towards this very tricky left-hander. Get caught on the curb there, remove that bollard, you are in trouble. As Owen has negotiated that very well indeed. Now through Peraltada, but Bottas crashed of course in qualifying all those years back. There coming through the line for BRT Owen and goes second. Very, very neat lap that by BRT. They are a team I will definitely put on notice now and say they are ones to watch within qualifiers. They are going to be ones to watch certainly. As one of the 10 teams that potentially could get through, BRT would be one of the teams that are in my top 10. They are signed up, and I will tell you who is signed up and give you more about that in due course in about 10 minutes' time, roughly. For Ryan out on top, Owen in second, Blunty there in third. Lars Kramer is just starting up on a run. 28.1 through the first sector. Lars Kramer, who got very much his elbows out in WR Tier 2 on Friday. Which, if you are wondering, I am doing again this week on another channel, on the WR channel. So if you do want to tune into that, you can do. Just may as well throw out my next commentary there while we do. As well as Kramer now comes to the left-hand return number 9. Of course, formerly ET8, now part of that Avisio lineup, and Avisio definitely cooking. And Lars Kramer definitely cooking with our middle sector. 55.1, not the quickest we've seen, I think. Ryan is far too away from that middle sector, but Lars Kramer really rides the curbs through the Ferrosol in towards turn 16 at Peraltada. On the run toward the line, should be around a 13.3 this, I think. Call me Mystic James. Lars Kramer 13.3 goes second, very good lap time from him. Ryan as well, just starting up on a lap time, as well as Blunty, as well as Finn Bob, and we'll ride on board with Finn Bob, who is 300 down through the first sector. Nordic Ninja in the chat saying Spicer is blundering so far. Yes, Spicer currently down in 7th. So, clearly has not got accustomed like last week. But Spicer is very good when it comes to one-lap pace. So, I would not discount him out if he does send a past the lap time. Finn Bob is not sending a past the lap time right now. Down by a 10.5. As he now comes through the right-hand return 14. Then through the left-hand return number 15. Leslie in the chat confirming, yes, the email announcement is soon. In around about 7 minutes time, I would say. About 7 or 8 minutes. I did put 8:15 on as a bit of a time, to be honest, because I thought, people will tune in. There we are. Ryan though out on top. Spicer, in fact, has just improved to third. I literally just said he was going to improve, and he has. Ryan, let's see what he's doing, the NLR man. In towards now the right-hand return 16. Currently out on top, 13.1. Does he want to rub more salt into the wounds? Oh, by God, he does. 13 flat from NLR Ryan. Far, far away from everyone else in this field. You might think he's a GOAT. He might just well be. Ryan out on top from Lars Kramer in second. Spicer there in third. Blunty was improving, I think. He's just improved on his lap. Lawrence has just improved on his lap. Finn Bob is down. Wingish is back off. AERT Jake has just invalidated. That was looking a good lap, though, up until that point. And then focus our attentions on the RSC boys. Frozen Mind is a driver very unfamiliar to me. Both RSC drivers are very unfamiliar to me, to be honest. But Frozen Mind, hopefully not going to be frozen down in P19 with this lap time. Now through the left-handed turn number 11 even. 56 flat, 3/10 up in the middle sector, definitely improving. It's the final sector where we lost all of that time. That final 2 corners at Peril Torres where we lost all of that time, locking up there in towards now the right-hander 14 and 15. Then through 16 and 17. On the run toward the line with Frozen Mind. Should be around a 15.6. Oh, 15.2. What do I know? 15.2 from Frozen Mind, goes clear of his teammate. And actually, he's only 5/10 off Lorenzo, so that is pretty respectful so far from RSC. Kaya there in the chat, former TML driver, I believe, back in the day, saying good evening, and I good. I hope that is towards me. He's saying, is the Nordic Ninja good? I am also good, by the way, as well. I am doing very, very well. I am slightly tanned, I'll be honest, because I have been down the beach, my local beach, which is about half an hour away from me. I have been down there today, and I am pretty much looking very, very tanned and probably very, very red. So I'm glad nobody mentioned that at the start of the stream. And if you do want to see me on camera, you've got no chance, because that was my one and only time that I'm going to be showing my face on the stream tonight. It's Ryan out on top, the lowest Kramer in second. Spies are there in third. Junkie Angle is the first man out on track for his final runs. And would it be getting all the angles? Maybe right angles. Maybe perpendicular angles. Maybe, I don't know, radius angles. Remind me of maths? Yes, unfortunately. But Junkie Angle in P12. Oh, you can tell it's a boring live stream without Mike or a cool comms here. Goodness me. Junkie Angle is going to be started up on a lap time. Artemis, of course, a part of this lineup here tonight. Junkie Angle and indeed his teammate that is actually befuddling me right now, Ismail. They're in 10th position, so they are actually looking quite respectable at this stage. And Junkie Angle now coming through the final corner to start off a run of this lap. We'll get the leaderboard up as soon as this lap is done. Junkie Angle on the run now down in towards turn number 1. Will fly in excess of around about 204, 205 mile an hour when he gets towards turn number 1. Brakes now down in towards turn number 1, hard on the brakes, now to the left-hander turn number 2. Now to the right-hander turn number 3. Neatly done by Junkie Angle, now coming through in toward the left-hander turn number 4, and toward the end of this first sector sprint. He's got a car right in front of him. Hopefully we'll get out of the way. Junkie Angle realises, yeah, I'm not going to get a lap time in because I'm going to be cut off by that person that's ahead of me. And Junkie Angle has backed off on his lap time, so I'm not entirely surprised that he has backed off. One driver that we are going to focus on, though, is Lars Kramer. He's on the run now down in towards turn number 1. And he's currently wanting 0.3 of a second on the back of Ryan at the moment. 13 flat compared to Lars Kramer on a 13.3. So we'll be looking to try and get a good lap time on the board. His first sector, 27.999. Not the number that I hope he's going to be bringing by the end of tonight. Lars Kramer, though, in towards the right-hander of turn number 5, and in toward the double right of turn number 6. Not bad first sector. 10th up in the first sector, repeats that in the middle, repeats that in the final. He's on with Ryan's lap time here. Coming through the left-hander of turn number 7, now through turn 9, now in towards 10 and 11, car getting out of the way on the right-hand side. And Lars Kramer really nicely done through there. Mondipo, I think, was retired there, and again another 10th time for Lars Kramer, so he is bang on where Ryan is in terms of this lap time. Should be improving, but he invalidates. He rides too much on the curb. Coming out of turn number 12 on the outside curb in towards 13. Lars Kramer invalidates, and he's gone absolutely wrong on this lap time. On the run to the line, wouldn't have been an improvement. If that was an improvement, it certainly would have been a 13.1. It would have been damn well close to Ryan there on a 13 flat. But Ryan, speaking of which, is 3 thousandths up through the first sector. Spicer coming toward the end of his lap time, though. Pretty much on par with what Lars Kramer was doing in that middle sector. On the run toward the line. Is it NLR 1-2? For now, yes. Owen is now coming through the final corner. On the run to the line. Trying to find an improvement. Doesn't in the end. A 10th off on his time. Blunty down on his time. Lawrence is improving by, I think that's 800th of a second. Through that first sector. Lars Kramer there retiring on track. 10th and a half up there for Lawrence in that middle sector. Good lap by Owen goes 4th. Jake there going 7th. Plenty of drivers still on the lap times, still sending the lap times on the board. Ryan in the end with a 13.081. Spicer second, Lars Kramer in third. Lawrence, though, going to try and trouble the NLR pairing. On the run toward the line. Oh, he does, but he goes third, and he's ahead of Lars Kramer by 0.02 of a second. Very good lap time from him. Mad Dogs is looking good right now, but he has lost time in that middle sector. The RVL man gonna try not to find somehow 0.2 of a second from somewhere. Wingish, by the way, went 5th as well for IRT. Blunty all the way down in 7th. Mad Dogs now through the final couple of corners at Peveltada on the run toward the line with Mad Dogs. Is he a Mad Dog for the top 3? No, in the end, does improve very minimally. Frozen Mind is on a lap time, I think, right now. He's actually backing off into the pit lane. That's the end of qualifying. And it is Ryan out on top, Spider in second, NLR 1-2, and Lawrence there in third. Lars Kramer in fourth, and Wingish rounding off the top 5. In the end, take away Ryan, just out of the whole context of things, pretty much the whole field, from Spicer all the way down to Lorenzo, separated by a second. So very, very good going by a majority of our drivers out on track. Ryan clearly has been having absolutely no time at all in terms of his social life, in terms of going out within the 6 weeks holidays, because he has just set a 3/10 better lap time than anybody else, and anybody else being his own teammate. So yeah, Ryan has no life, I think is what we can say after that. But it is Ryan out on top, Spicer in second, Lawrence there in third, Lars Kramer rounding off the top 4 with Wingish in 5th, Owen there in 6th, Blunty there in 7th, Jake there in 8th, Finn Bob in 9th, Mad Dogs rounding off the top 10, then Leonardo in 11th, Ismail in 12th, Junkie Angle 13th, Lucas 14th, Marley there in 15th. Slightly disappointing because I was expecting them to be further up there, maybe around a 13.6, 13.7 benchmark. Zaku there in 16th, and Lorenzo 17th, Mondipo in 18th, Frozen Mind in 19th, and then Domizzi, who actually did get a lap time on the board in the end, 2.1 seconds down, right down at the back of the field. I didn't say Ryanair out on top. It might have just come out very quickly. If that was Ryanair that came out, then goodness me. But he may as well be Ryanair because he's just 0.3 clear of everyone else. However, we are going to go for an intermission break. I'm just going to clear my throat slightly, which you do not need to hear at all on this stream. We are going to be back with you in around about a couple of minutes' time. As soon as we get into the lobby, I will be back.
Baseline gonna make man shatter.
Welcome back, everyone, to EML. We are here tonight for the social race in Mexico. Lobby invite has been received. We are good to go in hopefully a couple of minutes' time. But before that couple of minutes' time, we are now going to get down to business. Straight on at 8:30 UK time. This is the EML Season 7 launch announcement. And what we are going to do first is, because I've got a very strict schedule of how I've set myself to do this, we're going to announce the qualifiers first, along with the tracks, and then we move on to the Season 7 reveal of the EML calendar for console and indeed for PC. Got that? I hope you're all ready, because here we go. We are going to be announcing now. First and foremost, I want to check if I've got everything ready. It would have been good for me to check in the intermission, but there we are. Yes, I have got everything ready, which is good. So, without further ado, let me announce first PC qualifiers, because that is going to be coming up first. PC qualifiers are going to be taking place around 2 tracks, which we will see of in just a short moment. But PC qualifiers is taking place on the 4th of August. So the 4th of August for PC qualifiers. If you missed this announcement last week, teased on the last social race stream, we have got a graphic. Everything has been done. 4th of August will be the qualifiers. I think we've got 15 or 16 teams signed up right now. I can actually tell you who along the lines of those teams are actually signed up right now going forward in terms of the racing in season number 7. And for team entries for PC, we have got EC8 Esports, WR Esports, Team Shazoo, NLR Esports, ABS Racing Team, Precision Racing Team, Rising Lions, CPI Esports, Top Tier Motorsport, Claret Racing Esports, who you're seeing here tonight, Team Everon for PC as well, Deluxe Esports Team, Race Concept Racing, who of course were part on console last season, Avisio Racing, who you're seeing here tonight, Artemis, which you're seeing here tonight, and False Group Esports as well, along with Alien Motorsport as well. So 17 teams currently signed up for PC. And as we go to console, 7th of August is going to be the qualifiers. This is subject to change, subject to various different patches, potentially going to be coming out and whatever. You know how Cody's is with the knack of ruining games. Console qualifiers will happen on the 7th of August, and by God, we are going to need 4 lobbies for that, because there are 37 teams even signed up currently. ET8, Team Shazoo, CPI, NLR, TTM, IRT, Avisio, WR Esports, Exostia, I hope I pronounced that right, LDL Esports, Race Concept Racing, Grand Track 10, GT10, Rising Lions, Team GeForce, RVL Esports, RLN, Deluxe Esports Team, Claret Racing Esports, Infernus Racing, False Group Esports, Team SRA, Artifact Sim Racing Team, you thought I was done, I'm not, Elite Racing Team, Peck Esports, All Elite Racing Team, who you're seeing here tonight, Team TF10, very strong lineup I think they will have, QSL Esports, Enduro Esports, Artemis Esports, Bunga Racing Team, who you're seeing here tonight, Future Racing Team, who you might have been familiar with in WR Legacy Division, FRC Esports, DF Esports, Novus Racing, who are now going onto PC, so they might put a PC lineup in, Optimum Velocity Racing, and then Alien Motorsport, and also Race Speed Championship. Drivers really want to get on with things, so I'm going to make this quick. We are going to Hungary and the US for both console and indeed PC. This is just a graphic to confirm about console qualifiers. So it is going to be on Hungary for sessions 1 and 3 for console and session 1 for PC. More information will be released in the Discord in due course. And the USA, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. If you're wondering why we choose these tracks, it's because they weren't in the calendar, and B, they were pretty popular in terms of the popular vote that the track vote was opened, I think, in May. So the track vote for May has involved us directly pretty much as to picking those 2 tracks. It was due to be Silverstone in Spain, but that's because they're in the calendar. PC is the first one we're going to look at. Austrian Grand Prix on the 18th of August, which is a Sunday, so in around about a month's time. And then we go to Japan for round number 2 at Suzuka. Italy round number 3 at Monza. then Saudi Arabia, round number 4 at Jeddah, then the Dutch Grand Prix, round number 5 in Zandvoort, Spain, round number 6 in Catalonia. There was a break week between Zandvoort and Catalonia. Britain, round number 7 on the 6th, Belgium on the 13th, and then Qatar and Brazil to round off the season on the 20th and the 27th. Same applies for console as well, just different days. 21st of August for Austria, rounding off the season on my girlfriend's birthday in the Brazilian Grand Prix, which I probably won't be around to do, and it's going to be really intriguing. But there we are. That is the Season 7 announcement done. Back in real time, however, we are in the lobby for the race. So that's why I had to try and rattle through that. Take screenshots, take notes, rewind that back constantly. I will cut it back towards the end of the stream. Don't worry, I'll try and go through that in a little bit more detail. I didn't realise that Ryan was so eager to get on with things, judging by his 13 flat that he set in qualifying. But there we are. We are going to get going very soon indeed for the racing here in the social race. Hopefully we don't have a safety car on lap 12 and all sorts going wrong in terms of the lobby. Nobody is left, which I'm glad to report. Hopefully everything is good. And hopefully everything is good with the stream as well. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully you guys think that the announcements were good. If you've missed anything, they're getting posted right about now. I'm sure Nordic Ninja is doing this right about now. Putting everything within the Discord. The point system's going to be in there as well, which I actually did have. I just didn't have room to put it on the broadcast tonight. Point system is there. Calendars will be in there as well. If there's any questions, come to any member of the admin team, come to me, come to anyone else. Don't go to Maze because he is literally inactive right now. And yeah, we will take it from there, and I'm sure we will be very much willing and able to answer any of your burning questions that you may have as well. So there we are. I will try and fit in, if I can, like a full preview show for EML Season 7. That might come maybe next Wednesday. So there we are. Yes, and Leslie is saying in the chat, by the way, come to any of us. But we don't bite, I promise. I don't bite, even though I do have a bit of a bark sometimes. But I don't bite whatsoever. Hopefully everything will be going. Jimmy's saying nobody wants to ready up. Yep, clearly the case. Nobody wants to ready up. They have been told to ready up, I believe. So this is going to be very awkward indeed. We're just going to be sitting here with a very hot PS4 fan in the background. If you can hardly hear me over that, it's because of that. But we are going to get going very soon indeed for the Mexican Grand Prix. And in fact, as soon as I say that, the 5 red lights are going out for the Mexican Grand Prix for the social race, and it is light 10, away we go. Ryan gets a slightly slower start than Spicer. Spicer's going to be alongside, and Lorenz is also going to be alongside, I think. Down in towards turn number 1. Spicer does get the better jump on Ryan. They're now 3 wide down the straight. Lorenz trying to use up the overtake mode to good effect on the back of the 2 NLR boys. In towards turn number 1 we go, but it is Ryan that holds the lead. Spicer there in second. Lots Kramer and Lorenz are side by side there. Third and fourth, Owen and Jake and Blunty and Wingish all getting involved in separate instances. Ghosting car, I think from Mad Dogs further down the field. Might have actually been Blunty further down the field than that as well. But Ryan there leads through the first sector. Spicer there in second. Lots Kramer in third. All sorts of carnage going on in the middle sector. Trying to dive it to the inside line. There's Leonardo on the back of Blunty. Wingish there going out wide as well. He's on the back of ERT Jake to try and get the move done. Finn Bob has made position 10. He's now actually lost the position to Mad Dogs. There is Junkie Angle as well. On board with Ismail. He puts up a 3-second penalty. Hopefully nothing is going to happen coming through the SA section. Everyone, I think, is clean through. Ryan leads the way. Spicer in second. Lars Kramer in third at the end, or towards the end of lap 1 as we come in toward the Ferrosol for the first time. So really neat stop. We'll get everything up, the detail and everything like that as well. Most drivers are going up to the whole compound tyres, set of medium compound tyres as well. Is on for around about 7 or 8 drivers as Lorenzo has picked up, I think, damage further down the field. He's going to be filtering into the pit lane. Finn Bob as well is into the pit lane. So Lorenzo's actually come past the pit lane. We are now DRS enabled onto lap 2. We don't get DRS enabled actually. As my word, we get 3 wide down the straight in towards turn number 1. Demizzi on the inside line. Lucas there on the outside line. Lucas just about hanging on there. There's right side end plate damage I noticed there from Zaku and behind as well. So clearly all sorts of carnage going on in behind. Zaku clearly feeling he's good enough to try and continue on in the McLaren livery. Looks toward the inside line. Oh, it's actually Ghosts to the inside line in towards turn number 4. Bit of a weird one. Not sure if he's left the session or if he's just gone AI mode. We've got a yellow flag as well. And that might be for Zaku, actually, who is dropping through the field. Ryan Mill leads the way. Spies a second. Miles Kramer there in third. Zeku's connection, I think, definitely going there for one of a better thought. Wingish there to the inside line. Wings the move on ERT Jake. Gets the job done. He's through and he's into 6th position. Jake in 7th. Leonardo there in 8th. As I have just taken a water bottle completely down. So there we are. There is a car into the pit lane. That's Jake, I think, into the pit lane. Might have had a bit of contact with Wingish earlier on in the race. That's why we saw the 3 wide moment earlier on. But on to lap 3 we go. And Larboy's just running 1 and 2 right now. Blunty towards the back of RVL Mad Dogs. Mad Dog is on a mad thing right now. He has gained a couple of positions off this race start. He has gained 2 positions off the race start. Leonardo's gained the most along with Marley on 4. Demizzy has gained 6 and Frozen Mind has gained 4. So them are the most position gained. Jake and Finbob, 11 positions lost for them from their perspective, which is very poor, I've got to say. Both AERT and Finbob and BRT even are both Xbox teams, I think, so they are struggling in the early stages of this Grand Prix. As Mad Dogs is now trying to be pressurised once again by the back of Blunty. Blunty, who had a very good qualifying session, they're in 9th position, getting under pressure as well from Ismail behind. Junkie Angle to the inside line of Marley, however, looking like a more imminent move to the inside line to the Feather Soul. Runs himself very deep, runs Marley even deeper off the track, I'll be honest there, as Marley just comes across him and shows him the door. I do not blame him for that. If I was in his shoes, I would have done exactly the same thing. Marley clearly not happy with Junkie Angle just diving it to the inside line there and running them wide as if it was the escape on towards the American border. Goodness me. And now, Junkie Angle, speaking of which, is side by side and is getting past Marley, but Lucas passes them both potentially down and towards turn number 1. Surely camera work by the commentator here. To the inside line of turn number 1. Junkie Angle stays. Lucas to the inside line. Job done for Lucas through, and he's in for 11th. Junkie Angle in 12th. Marley there in 13th. Very neat overtaking moves happening up and down the field as Mad Dogs is on the back of Wingish once again. And Wingish, by the way, didn't tell him to run. Didn't tell IRT actually to run, as Blunty and Mad Dogs are side by side there. Mad Dogs is through for down into 9th position. Wingish there in 7th, Blunty in between them in 8th position. What I was about to say is Wingish is running a pretty much EML console style livery, I'm going to be honest there tonight. I'm sure IRT did not go with the memo of an announcement coming. But Wingish there in the EML colours for this season for console in the blue and white. Of course, IRT are in blue and white as well, so no wonder they've got that from. Beautiful helicopter shot as we come now through the Ferris Hall. One of the best camera angles, I've got to say, on the game. Please say we keep this down towards turn number 1. We don't. Wingish, though, is side by side. And Mad Dogs actually, sorry, Blunty actually, is going to close them on both of them. Very difficult with 2 purple cars right next to each other. Blunty now to the inside line. Has got 10% of EOS. Is he going to try and use it up to the inside line? No, he uses the brakes, and that's a beautiful move from Blunty. Up into P6, Wingish there in P7. He's now going to try and wing the move back down and towards turn number 4. I don't think he's going to be close enough. He is responding well, actually, with that DRS enabled. Not going to go for the move. Oh, it's Mad Dog sends one on the back of Leonardo. Leonardo there now to the outside line in towards turn number 5. Comes across the Mad Dog slightly. Should be job done for Leonardo. Force him out wide slightly. Nice move. Nice move there by Leonardo. Much more experienced figure, I've got to be honest, with compared to Mad Dogs. No disrespect to Mad Dogs at all. But Leonardo has been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Throonies into 8th. He has got a 3-second penalty early on in this race. Ismail on 3, Junkie Angle on 3, and Demizzy on 3 early on. So make of that what you will. Doesn't count to anything. It is just purely a social race. We're going on to lap 5 out of 36 with Lars Kramer heavily under pressure from Lorenz. As we have a spinner actually through the Ferris Hall. I think that's Ismail, if I'm not mistaken, may have been collected halfway through the stadium section. He's got the car back running again, down in P14. Disappointing from his perspective. Everyone running a big old train in behind. Wingish moved on Blunty. Mad Dogs moved on Leonardo. Through into 6th, through into 8th respectively. I'm just going to give my voice a little bit of a rest slightly. I'll be back with you in about a minute or two's time. As I am back, as Lars Kramer, I think it's going to go for the move, maybe on the back of Spicer, down in towards turn number 1. EOS heavily going to be on par for Lars Kramer. 78% of EOS, utilising that really good. The draining of that battery, or the gain of that battery even down the straight in towards turn number 1 there. 94% he is on. In fact, he's on a full battery to maybe have a crack at Spicer. This might be the time for go for Lars Kramer, who was involved in many incidents in Australia in WR Console Tier 2. On the back of Spicer. Spicer, I think, was also in that race, if I'm not mistaken. Spicer there in second, Lars Kramer there in third. Blunty, Wingish, side by side in the background. Wingish there trying to get the move done on the back of Blunty. Blunty not looking too bad, I've got to be honest, at this stage, in the early stages of this Grand Prix. Lap 7 out of 36. About to go on to lap 8. Everyone else, I think, is remained as they are for now. Ryan, NLR, currently holding the lead. Ryan there leading from Spicer second. Lars Kramer there in third. Lawrence there in fourth. Lawrence are looking pretty dangerous, I've got to be honest. On the back of this front three. Lars Kramer just having a slight nick there, I think, on the back of Spicer. Just for a second, I think, there was a bit of contact between them both. Just very minimal. Not as if he'd broken an end plate or anything, but Lars Kramer just very much on that rear wheel of the back. And Lawrence, speaking of which, we're on board with him. He's going to go for the move on Lars Kramer. Lars Kramer may be eyeing for the move on Spicer, and out of all of this, Spicer goes for the lead on the back of Ryan. So NLR clearly being told to fight, like the McLaren team at Hungary, of course, on last Sunday even. Spicer, Ryan, NLR, 1-2, and they're going to try and hope to keep it that way. Ryan is coming back at him, and actually gaining that battery back down the straight. Lars Kramer knows what he's doing and behind, and Lars Kramer there remains in third. More penalties being picked up further down the field. We're running with RIT Marley on the back of Lucas. Oh, it nearly goes into the back of him there, through turn number 4. Now in towards turn number 5 once again. And then in towards turn 6 and 7. Not been a bad race, I've got to be honest, at all in this stage. This is the point, though, and I'll just throw it out there now, where Ryan left the session. The safety car glitch happened on lap 12, so we are back in very much familiar territory at this stage of the race. Nobody has left the lobby, though, which is really good. Tonight it is completely different. As we go on to lap 9 out of 36, let's hope Deja Vu does not hit us from this point onwards. I mean, hell, it's a Cold Monsters game. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. But Lars Kramer on the back of Ryan. Ryan under pressure from the Spicer. Is Lars Kramer going to go for both of them down the straight? Has to go for Spicer, surely. Down the straight. Got to be greedy. Go for the inside line, man. In towards turn 1, in towards turn 2. Lars Kramer clearly knows better than what I'm doing out on track if I was in his shoes. And he remains in P3, but he's under pressure again from Lorenz. Lorenz there in 4th. Doing a good job. He's right on the back. Not going to get the move done. Not at least for now, anyways. Oh. My voice is going, so I appreciate I hope I don't get any stick in the chat from it. But we are pretty much at the first quarter distance in this race. Oh my word, junky angle. Sideways coming through the SA section there, through the middle part of that. Absolutely hell for leather. We're on board with Lucas, trying to eye up the move, and now he has eyed up the move, and he goes for the move, and he gets the job done. So Lucas through, and he's into 10th. Junky angle in 11th. Marley there in 12th. Lucas, by the way, is, I think, a PSN for somebody else that is in the driver lineup, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So it's not a change up in the lineup, just a completely different name to what I had on the graphic. Which is always good, because you love it when you have to sort your graphic about 10 minutes before you go live. Joys of a commentator and also a graphics map. Ryan there leading the way, Spicer in 2nd, Lars Kramer in 3rd, Lawrence in 4th, and Owen there in 5th. Owen now looking the one that has just snuck onto the back. Ooh! Owen's very much late on the brakes there, on the back of Lars Kramer. Lars there in 3rd, Owen there in 5th. Not looking too bad. Just a nice line of stone formation right now, out on track. He's come through once again the left-hander of turn number 9, then through turns 10 and 11. Ryan not looking bad at all. NLR currently holding the first 2 positions. Lars Kramer with a Visio, gonna try now around the outside of Spicer into the parasol. Not quite close enough. Look at that battery though, 97% of ERS. Spicer, 83. Lars Kramer has got him for chips on this lap if he wants to go for it. Do the final corner. On the run to the line is Spicer. Now going to be attacking the back of Ryan to try and counter off Lars Kramer's extra ERS. Judging by his ERS, Lars Kramer's not using that up down the straight, being very, very coy with that ERS usage right now. And he's remaining there in P3 for now, as Mad Dogs is through on Leonardo, and also could be 3 wide in the background. Junkie Angle through on Leonardo and Lucas. Marley could be side by side with him in towards turn number 1 as well. IRT against a team that has escaped our name. I think it's Claret Racing, if I'm not mistaken. Or Lars and Spicer are side by side. I'm going to have to cut to them, unfortunately. That battle was going on, and there they are, side by side. Coming through turn 6 and 7. Lars Kramer and Spicer, both in the walls on Friday. Both maybe in the walls on Wednesday. Spicer, though, hangs on for the move. Up to P2 he goes. Lars Kramer in third, but all of that battling, all of that side-by-side action has let Ryan get away by 1.2 seconds. So this is actually very good from an NLR perspective right now. And if you're Lars Kramer, Lawrence and Owen sitting in behind, you'll be thinking, you guys, come on, get a move on. I want a piece of the action here. Oh my god, Spicer, inside line through 15, just about keeps that car in a straight line. My word, lap 12 out of 36. Ryan leads the way. Lars Kramer, Spicer, my friend, you are an absolute sitting duck running down the straight. Here comes Lawrence. Here comes Lars Kramer. Is Lawrence going to go for both of them? No, I think Spicer realises what's going to happen. Down in towards turn number 1. Lawrence there in third. Oh, and Spicer makes contact with him on the outside line. Not sure if that was a movement maybe from Lawrence or that was more Spicer's then. Spicer, I think, maybe moved across him. There's a slight bit of contact. Spicer all the way down in 5th now. Could have well been down in 4th. Should have easily, I think, acted, but sort of, that was interesting, because Lawrence there, it almost looked like he broke early, just to try and save a bit of EOS going into the corner. Didn't realise that Spicer was carrying too much speed. Spicer has carried that much speed. And there he's ended up round and now 9/10 of a second off the back of Owen. Very interesting incident there. If that was normal EML standard sort of stewarding, that would be probably a warning or at least a 5-second penalty potentially coming in. Depends on what the steward will go for, however. But yeah, interesting one. Yellow flag in the middle sector, I think, somewhere. Not sure who that is. Is that Marley further down the field? I think it is. It's somebody. It's somebody. You know you're losing the will to live when you can't see the track map on the right-hand side with how many dots there are and you can't see who's spun around. But there we are. It's Leonardo, I think, maybe. Leonardo's into the pit lane. I think he's had a spin somewhere out on track, or he's just had a slight correction, slight moment. He's into the pit lane. Is he going to retire the car? No. Medium's on. 10-second penalty, though, for actually spinning the pit lane. Very unfair, I'm going to say. I think it was a 10-second penalty. Yeah, 10 seconds plus on top of 9 seconds worth of penalty that he already had. He's in trouble. He is very much in trouble. Wingish, by the way, on 10 seconds worth of penalties. Mad Dogs on 3, Junkie Angle 3, Ismail 3, Zako 3, Mondipo, guess what? 3, Leonardo 19, Jake on 3, Marley on 3, Demizzi on 6. If you're wondering why it's 10-second penalty, by the way, for coming into the pit lane, they changed that in real life in Formula 1, so that is mirrored in the game. So a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, not a 5-second penalty, unlike I found out, I think, on day DOS, doing a social race, I think, live, WR, where I mistakenly thought that was a ridiculous penalty and that Codemasters should fix their game. And then I didn't realise, afterwards, that it was a 10-second penalty within the rules in real life Formula 1, as Lars Kramer goes for the move on the back of Ryan, down in towards turn 1 for the race lead. Lars Kramer through and he's into the lead. Ryan in second, Lawrence third, Owen fourth, Spicer there in fifth. The front 5 currently have grabbed my attention in terms of this battle. Hopefully they're grabbing yours just as much. As everyone will just sit, waiting behind, wait for the moves to come. And not looking too bad at all in terms of this racing battle so far. As we reach 9 o'clock, past lap 14, we are further than what we got in the social race last week, which I'm very glad to report. And hopefully everything is doing good. Larry Tulkey there in the chat saying hello. Hopefully you are doing well. And Nordic Ninja saying Spicer is sliding too much. He may as well be a spider out on track if he's sliding too much. He's there in 5th position. But he has now got onto the train. I think Lars Kramer and Ryan have nullified that battle in front. As a result, Lawrence and no one don't want to go for the move. And Spicer's just been allowed purely to catch back on. He was within 9/10 of a second anyways. So very easily done. As the drivers now come through the final couple of corners. All of them, by the way, are on that set of hard compounded tyre. And because they're on that set of hard compounded tyre, that does mean that, as Ryan goes for the race lead, Ryan going for the race lead. I don't think he wants to lead, to be honest, towards turn number 1, judging by that. But he leads through turn 1. Lars Kramer in 2nd. Lawrence there in 3rd. I don't know what I was about to say, but what I was about to say I'm sure would have been good, as Lars Kramer is coming back down Ryan in towards turn number 4. Not quite. Blunty into the pit lane. Set of mediums. As we alluded to last week, if you were tuning in last week to last week's social race, I was alluding to the fact that it is about 13, 14 laps on a set of mediums around here before you have to come in the pit lane. You don't come in the pit lane, you are in trouble. And quite frankly, drivers, potentially, if they don't come in now, could be in trouble, as Leonardo has bailed out of the race, leaves the session. In absolute disgust, I'm sure, because of that 10-second penalty he picked up in the pit lane. And that is very much unfortunate. So Avisio down to one driver. Their one driver, though, currently in 2nd position, and currently the man that we are on board with in Lars Kramer. Lars on the back of Ryan, looking for the move, maybe to eye up some sort of move. We have got a VSC. VSC deployed out on track. Now, let's have a look and see who has lost their front wing. That's who's lost their front wing. It's AERT Jake. So AERT Jake has lost his front wing. That's why there's a VSC out on track. At least the VSC's work. Got no control of that car whatsoever coming through this middle sector. And just has to try and roll with it if he can. Hopefully the VSC remains until he gets in the pit lane. But what that has resulted in, the top 5 missing the pit lane, but it's also resulted in drivers coming in and behind, especially from a set of medium compounded tyres. So technically, they are getting a free pit stop right now, those pinned under a set of hards from a set of mediums. Those pinned under a set of from a set of hards to a set of mediums, going to be very much struggling towards the end of the race, I think, with that tyre. Mad Dogs are side by side. Jake speeds into the pit lane, retires. I don't blame him, to be honest. Mad Dogs, however, was ahead of Blunty. Blunty overtook him there, I think, under VSE conditions. Mad Dogs there in 7th, Blunty and 8th, Lucas there in 9th. They did get that free pit stop, but they are 32.7 seconds behind Wingish, and Wingish, as a result, is 7.5 seconds behind the front 5 right now, who are coming into the Ferrosol for the 16th time in this race. As you can tell, my voice is going. I'll be back with you as soon as I get this drink. There we are. Hopefully, that's a bit better. Ryan leading the way. Lars Kramer 2nd. Lawrence in 3rd. Owen in 4th. Spicer there in 5th. Wingish in 6th. Then Mad Dog 7th. Blunty and 8th. Lucas in 9th. They are the ones to watch out for. Those 3, Mad Dogs, Blunty, Lucas, they have all came in the pit lane recently. As well as Junkie Angle. Spicer sneaks up the inside line, as I say that. Up into 4th. Then Marley in behind along with Ismail, Zeku, Demizi, and then Finbob top 15. Finbob working back into this race. Lorenzo, Mandopo, Mondipo even, and then Frozen Wind right down the bottom end of the field. RSC are 17th and 18th right now, so disappointing from their perspective. Blunty, inside line of Mad Dogs. Lucas, inside line of Mad Dogs. Could have a run at both of them. Look at the overspeed that Lucas is carrying compared to Blunty on the outside line in towards turn number 1. Not good enough this time around. Maybe in towards turn number 4, but I think he's too far back coming out the corner. Hold the full no, he might try and go for the move on the back of Blunty. And in the end, 7th and 8th is where they remain. Those guys in a set of hards, expect them to come in, I think, around about lap 21, 22, get to the end of the race. 14, 15 laps on the end, towards the end of that race. Everyone continuing on. Ryan there, the target to be shot at, quite literally, from Lars Kramer and indeed Lawrence in behind. Lars Kramer looking on the back of Ryan. Ryan being hunted. Is Lars Kramer going to go for the move? Yes. Has to, because the closing speed is just too much. Through and he's into the lead. Lars Kramer, oh, snap of oversteer coming through turn number 1. Ryan in second, Lawrence in third, Spicer fourth, Owen there in fifth. Looking really good this race so far, out on track. You're enjoying the stream, by the way. Like, comment, subscribe, tick that notification bell, of course, if you're brand new to the channel. Big thank you to our channel sponsors as well, not only League Racing TV, but also to Mace, who does all the work in behind, and also to our former sponsors, Rising Lions and indeed Next Level Racing. Haven't signed partnerships, I do not believe. I haven't been led to that we've signed partnerships with them so far. You might have seen them on a couple of graphics, just kept them on there just in case they are signed. So, there we are. And if they are not signed, then I'm in trouble. But Lars Kramer leading the way. Ryan in second, Lawrence in third, Spicer fourth, Owen there in fifth. As we now come through the right-hander once again of turn number 14. Are we seeing pit stops this time around? Yes, Spicer in. Spicer into the pit lane. Spies an opportunity to come in the pits. And he'll be going on to a set of medium compound tyres. Medium compound tyres, Ryan goes for the lead now in the back of Lars, responding to that pit stop. Also wingish into the pit lane. And behind. Where does Spicer come out in relation to the guys? Oh, he's miles ahead. He's absolutely miles ahead. So that free pit stop that I thought Lucas and everyone had got, think again, because Spicer is miles ahead. Pretty much the width of a start-finish straight between them both, actually. Out on track right now. Wingish there in sixth. He could be under pressure from the back three in behind. Lucas, Blunty under pressure, pressurising the back of Lucas even in towards turn number 1. Job done. Nice move around the outside there from Blunty. Up into 7th. Lucas in 8th, and then Mad Dogs rounding off the top 9. And actually Blunty has gone AWOL on the timings, because that timing is not coming up for me. Very strange. Anyways, I'm going to take a break for a slight moment. We should see, though, pit stops maybe this lap around. I'll just hold fire in a second. Are we seeing pit stops? Yes, plenty. And thank God they're making them all now. Ryan in, Lars Kramer in, Lawrence in as well. So while these pit stops happen, we'll take you through these pit stops happening, and then we will go for a break for about a minute or two's time, just to rest up my voice a little bit. Ryan filters out ahead of Lars Kramer, ahead of Lawrence. Where is Spicer? I think Spicer's ahead of all of them here. There's Ryan. There's Spicer, left-hand side of the track. And he's ahead. Spicer ahead, undercut Polson's. And if that's in around about a lap or two's time, and if Owen doesn't decide to pit in, Owen's going to be outside of DRS zone here. So, NLR have actually worked this pretty well. They're going to be now a net 1 and 2. As a result of that, Lars Kramer and Lawrence 4th and 5th right now. I am going to take that break now. I'll be back with you in about 30 seconds. As I am back, and it looks like the timing screens are having a bit of a fit because Ryan and Spicer are side by side, quite literally. Hopefully he fixes it now. It doesn't. Not sure what is going on with the timing screens. I promise it is not the lobby host this time. But Ryan there in second. I think Spicer's actually told Ryan, maybe get a second up the road. I'll hold Lars Kramer back here. That might be what was just given there. Might be reading into that a little bit too much. He's within 6/10 of a second still. I thought I was reading into that a little bit too much. Answers on postcard, please, if you are part of the NLR team that is in chat right now. Answers on the postcard, because it looked to me as if Spicer backed up Lars Kramer's. Marley has gone for spin, coming through the feather salt. I'll go on board with that now, see if there is any damage on that car. Yes, there is. He's into the pit lane. And is he retiring? Possibly yes. He's picked up a 10-second penalty. That might be him done for the night for IRT. But yeah, Felipe there in the chat supporting Mad Dogs. Mad Dogs, they're currently in 8th position. On the back of Blunty. And we're right on board with them now, actually, to cut off ball with the action. Owen may be going for a set of softs, potentially. Either that, or he's just going to be on much fresh tyres toward the end. And he is listening to every single word that I'm saying on this live stream right now. Owen, I think, should come in this lap. But it's too late for him because he's already passed the start-finish line. I think, though, he should come in this lap. I'll still stick by that. Ryan there in second, Spicer third, Lars Kramer fourth, Lawrence there in fifth. Mad Dogs, though, that battle with Blunty. Gonna run and bob with that now. Mad Dog, Lars Kramer and Spicer will probably overtake each other down the straight, but Mad Dog's on the back of Blunty, looking more immediate in terms of a move here. Down in towards turn one. This is easy as you like. RVL against Imana Blunty for CRE, and Mad Dogs is through and he's into seventh. Blunty there in eighth, and as I said, actually, I thought I said, and I thought I saw Spicer getting the move done. Lawrence Kramer getting the move done on the back of Spicer, but it wasn't. It was Spicer getting the move done on Ryan, and now Lawrence Kramer absolutely does Ryan for chips. Needs some new gloves, I think, for this move. Lawrence Kramer inside line, turn number 6. Beautiful move. That is what Lars Kramer can do. That is the Lars Kramer of old. It's not the Lars Kramer that was aggressive in Australia on Friday. He is through and he's into third. Really neat move on the back of Ryan. Absolutely sensational stuff. Owen's still leading the way. And he obviously must be listening to me now because he's into the pit lane. Owen into the pit lane. Set of mediums, I'm assuming, will go on. Has to be. Much fresher time, surely. Yeah, set of mediums going on. He will be behind everyone else. Will be behind the DRS train, but he will be quicker towards the end of the race. And those tyres will get to the end. I'm very unsure that the other guys won't. So, there we are. He's into Adult pit lane, and Wingish, in fact, has passed him. So Wingish is into 5th, Owen in 6th, then a bit of no man's land. Spicer being overtaken by Lars Kramer. In through turn 1, now through turns 2 and 3 once again. NLR 2nd and 3rd, and all of a sudden, NLR, those tactics of going that 1-2 route, going to try and get that second away. As I say, maybe I'm reading into that a little bit too much, but really interesting, I think, this race now and how this is going to develop. Because we've got a Visio with Lars Kramer, NLR's got 2 drivers up there, Spicer and Ryan, and then AERT have got Lorenz, who's right up there in 4th. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really intriguing to see. Oh, there's a VSC out on track again. And that is for a car. I think it's for Junkie Angle. Is it? Is it? Right side. Oh, yeah. He's got a T-tray. He's got a complete T-tray. Marley is retired as well. And I think is that coming in the pit lane he's retired? Or is that out on track? It's out on track where he's retired. So we've got a VSC, and as you can see, actually, yellow dot on the screen, we've got a safety car out on track. I hope that's right anyways. Yes, we have. We've got a safety car out on track. Spicer is in. Spicer is into the pit lane. Interesting. Very interesting. Softs? No, fresh mediums. Okay. Well, Owen may as well stay out there. He has. He's there in 3rd. And now, Owen's pit stop is looking really, really good. I'm not sure why it says VSC at the top of the left-hand side of your screen. You can clearly see on the track map there is a yellow dot. And in fact, actually, Lars Kramer is about to get to the safety car. There is the safety car out on track. We are under safety car conditions. And it is for an instant and a spin, I think, from Junkie Angle. He's going to front wing change. He had he had a T-tray on that front wing, basically. Both end plates missing. Obviously been in the wall somewhere. And he is into the pit lane and repairing that front wing. And he's going to be out in 11th position. Actually, I think, behind Ismail. So behind Ismail, behind his teammate, which is actually not too bad. They can actually work together in the whole grand scheme of things. Oh, you did not need to hear that. Lars Kramer leading the way, Ryan in 2nd, Owen in 3rd. While we've got a safety car, while we've got 36 laps worth of racing still, not still to go, while we've got 12 laps of racing still to go, this is the best time for me to pack up shop and say it has been an absolute pleasure commentating on this action once again for EML, and I hope you are enjoying the stream very much so. And what I'm going to do now is take a very much needed intermission break for about 2 or 3 minutes. I'll be back with you at the back of the safety car restart. has. I am back, and the safety car is coming in this lap. Lars Kramer now, virtual Burmalander. He's now the virtual safety car. He can dictate the pace to however he wants. Monty Pole's left the session. Hopefully that's not going to cause issues. Lars Kramer, though, is about to come in toward the Feather Soul. Beautiful camera angle, actually. I'll just get rid of everything on the camera angle so you can actually see what is going on at this stage of the race. And now we see what Lars Kramer is going to do. Panning to the final corner. On the run to the line, he's gone. Lars Kramer has gone. Right on board with them now. Coming across the start-finish line. Lap 27 out of 36 beginning. He leads the way from Ryan there in second. Ryan, though, is coming like a scolded cat on the back of him in towards turn number 1 in the green and white coloured livery for NLR. Looking to try and get the move done. Then it's Owen in third, Spicer in fourth, Lauren's there in fifth. He did come in the pit lane, by the way. He's there in fifth position on that fresh set of medium compound tyres along with Spicer. Also on that same strategy. Demizzi has picked up a penalty further down the field. Everyone is off to a clean start. Lucas, by the way, on a set of soft compound tyres. I don't think they'll make it to the end of the race, personally. But he's going to have to try and make those tyres work. Makes a mistake there. Coming through turn 4, now through turn number 5, and then toward the double right to turn number 6 and 7. Oh, Lucas there, right on the back of Blunty, who made a really bad mistake there for CRE. CRE's Blunty there in 7th, Lucas there in 8th. Monty Pole's rejoined the session, which is good to see. Hopefully he can take control of his car, and hopefully he doesn't cause any more issues. Lars Kramer though leading the way. Ryan in second. Owen in third. Back under safety car hopefully not safety car conditions. Back under racing conditions even. Lars Kramer leads Ryan in second as we come toward the end of lap 27. As we now come through the final corner once again at Parallel Total on lap 28 out of 36. DRS is now enabled, of course. Enabled on the second lap this time round. Ryan, though, might not even need ERS this time around in DRS. Over speed and slipstream, very potent around this track. Ryan pulls the inside line. Lars Kramer sees what's coming. Lars Kramer breaks late in towards turn number 1. Still on the inside line, on the outside line, gets caught in the curb. Ryan now could have a go with him. Spicer could have a go at both of them maybe here as well. We'll take this from the Spicer's angle. Ryan now on the outside line. Lars Kramer, I think, is going to back off this and maybe let Ryan into the lead. Yes, he does. Ryan there into the lead. Lars Kramer in second. All of that spawned from Lars Kramer making one slight mistake on the curb, getting caught on that curb, and then getting sent pretty much round into near an upper half spin. So Lars Kramer in second, Ryan now leading as a result of that. Also, at this moment in time, Lucas not making any ground on that set of soft compound tyres. We'll be hoping and both hope that Wingish and Blunty penalties keep on racking up, and more penalties can keep on racking up in front of him as well. Right now, just beginning to apply that pressure on the back of Lars Kramer. But look at Lars Kramer on the back of Ryan. Coming through Parallel Total once again. Back end really wanting to step out on you. Coming through turn 16 and 17. On the run past the line again. DRS is enabled, of course, down this straight on this lap. Lars Kramer's overspeed, I think, is going to be too potent here. Lars Kramer now inside line. Job done. Down the straight. Job done. Thuni's into the lead. And I think Wingish is going to try on the back of Lawrence. And Lawrence actually catches the back of Owen through turn number 1. As we're right on board with that. Very late to the party there. But Owen is sent round through the field. Down there in P13. Did not deserve that. Lawrence just too late on the brakes. Got caught up on the rear end of Owen. And unfortunately, Owen sent for spin. And that is curtains for BRT in this race with Finn Bob all the way down in P12 right now. Lars Kramer though leading the way. Ryan in second. Very unfortunate incident that between Lawrence and also BRT Owen. If you are wondering, by the way, about steward penalties and steward reports coming through, don't bother because it's a social race. Don't bother us because, yeah, it's just frustrating. And Owen taking out the frustration clearly because he's picked up a 3-second penalty out on track as well, which is not that great news whatsoever at all in terms of this stage of the race. Here comes Ryan again on the back of Lars Kramer. Race lead. NLR man to the inside line in towards turn number 1. 10-second penalty for Owen retires there into the pit lane. Oh, it's Ryan actually. It's a little bit, I'm not sure if he was early on the brakes there or whatever. I don't know. Lars Kramer leads the way though. Ryan in second, Spicer in third. Maybe opening up for an NLR 1-2 again. Ryan out to the inside line at turn number 4. On board with Spicer. Ryan inside line. Lars Kramer outside line. Lars Kramer much deeper around that outside line. Much tighter to the apex. Beautiful move there by Lars Kramer to get the lead. And that 30 out of 36. Thank God this race is coming to the end, because I don't think my voice can last beyond 36 laps. Lars Kramer leading the way. Ryan in second. Spicer in third. That yellow flag, by the way, is for that car. BRT coming out of the pit lane, so don't worry about that whatsoever. Top 6 now getting going though. Wingish and Blunty are also in this battle, and this is a good battle going on actually. And behind, and Spicer catches his teammate. Not sure if Lars Kramer backed Ryan up into the back of Spicer there. That was pretty hard fair play, I've got to be honest, from them both. Ryan and Spicer getting caught in each other. The first bit of inter-team war there for NLR in this race. And maybe there's inter-team war down the straight, because now NLR have got to go maybe 1-2 or 1-3 here. Ryan to the inside line and towards turn 1, job done. Spicer, job done, even before he gets to turn number 1. So back through, and he's into the lead of the race as Ryan. Spicer now in second. NLR once again take control over the race. Lars Kramer there in third. Under pressure from Lawrence there in fourth. The XWR man on the back of another XWR man, and Lars Kramer was part of the team for a couple of months, I think, on the last game cycle on F123, if I remember correctly. And to be on a postcard, by the way, if I've got that wrong, because I'm sure he was in part of WR. I think he was in the Legacy Division line, if I'm not mistaken, last season. Ryan though leading the way. Spicer there in second. Lars Kramer in third. Lawrence in fourth. Wingish in fifth. Then Blunty even. Ismail. Mad Dogs. Lucas's tyres absolutely going off the cliff right now. And I think he's got damage, has he? As well. Those tyres are shot. Regardless, those tyres are absolutely gone. 3-second penalty. They're crying out for life. He may as well come back in the pit lane and retire the car, because his tyres are not going anywhere at the minute. Down in P11. Ryan on for the lead of the race though. Spicer in second. Spicer now goes for the move on the back of Ryan. Lars Kramer looking weak down the straight in terms of straight line speed. Job done though. Lawrence into third. Lawrence in fourth. Wingish there in fifth. Blunty there in sixth. Now NLR. Is Ryan going to hold up Lars Kramer? Are they going to do what I thought they were going to do earlier on? As there, Blunty, I think, goes for the inside line on the back. Sorry, it's Mad Dogs on the back of Ismail even. Ran the outside line. Oh, there's contact actually, and that's Blunty, I think, sent round half in for a half spin. Gets the car back going again. He's ghosted inside of about 3 cars right now. Now back outside of 3 cars, which is good. They're side by side though in PSA section ahead. Mad Dogs tries to go from mad moves to the inside of turn number 9. Oh, Ismail spins on the outside line of him. That's unfortunate. And now, look, Finn Bob, out of absolutely nothing, comes out of nowhere and gets them both. Mad Dogs, that is mad from, sorry, Finn Bob even. That's mad from Finn Bob. Fooney's into 7th. Junkie Angle in 8th. Mad Dogs in 9th. And Mad Dogs under pressure again from Ismail. Ismail to the inside line, doesn't know when to quit. Mad Dogs doesn't know when to quit either. They're side by side towards Pavel Tada. And now it's Mad Dogs that comes out on top. My God. Absolute. That could have been a cataclysmic incident there, but in the end, they keep it relatively clean, and they keep it on the move. Lap 33 out of 36. Spicer leads the way. Ryan second. Lars Kramer third. Lawrence there in fourth. And then in fifth, Wingish in fifth. Then Blunty in sixth. And looking really decent as it does at this time. Wingish there in fifth, Lawrence there in fourth, just ahead of him in fact. Blunty there in sixth, Finn Bob seventh. Then Junkie Angle, Ismail, Mad Dogs top 10, Zeku, Lucas, Lorenzo, Bondipo, Demizzi, and then Frozen Win ran off the top 16. Still going out on track. Frozen Win, by the way, did lead and then has rejoined the session. Spies are getting away with things though, no, out in front. Much pressure tyres, much pressure rubber to burn. 0.6 of a second ahead of Ryan. Lars Kramer, all of a sudden, his tyres are beginning to go off the cliff, because look at the gap between himself and Ryan. It's 9.5 tenths. Loses that, it's going to be more than a second as Frozen Win has retired. That is on track, I believe, coming out of turn number 3. I think he's at a spin coming out of turn number 3. Has got the car back going again, but he retires from the session. That will not deploy a safety car or VSE to the end of the race, because it's lap 34, and we don't want to see that at all, to be honest, from my perspective. Everyone else, though, staying on a bit of a line astern, running down the straight in towards turn number 1. So I'm just trying to rest up my voice as much as I can. Apologies. Spies are there leading the way. Ryan in second. Lars Kramer third. Lawrence in fourth. Wingish there in fifth. All going on with things right now. Everything looking in Lars' way. Is this the 1-2 that they were so robbed of last week in last week's Ultra Race back in Mexico? Of course, deleted in non-existence after last week's debacle as well. But this has been much cleaner, much smoother. Yes, there's been a few instances where drivers have left, but it is just purely, I think, more on their own connection rather than ours. Spies are though leading the way. Ryan in second. NLR, I think, are going to have to decide whether or not they want a 1-2 or to back Lars Kramer up into Lawrence and then get Lawrence maybe attacking them on the final lap. That's what they've got to decide on this lap, lap 35 out of 36. Spicer leads the way. Ryan in second, Lars Kramer in third, Lawrence in fourth, Wingish fifth, Blunty sixth. Don't think we're going to see any moves. Mad Dog's going for the move on Ismail further down the field. And that is easy, actually, down in towards turn number 1. And now Ismail up, down position even into 10th. Mad Dog's up in position into 9th. So that was a nice move. Halfway down the straight, that move was done. Mad Dog still needs into 9th. Finbob has actually recovered really well after being spun out basically on that one and having to come in the pit lane near enough towards retire the car and have that damage. And to be in 7th right now is a testament to the driver that he is. He's doing a fantastic job for Bunga Racing Team. Bunga Racing Team, of course, forming part of the 37 strong lineup that we've got for console going forward on qualifiers in 2 weeks' time. We are, as in I, am going to organise a preview show ahead of the qualifier events, both PC and indeed for PS and Xbox on console, and that will be next Wednesday. So I will try and get that organised, try and get some nice graphics done for it as well. The next Wednesday, you will see the preview show for EML season number 7. Lawrence wants to preview the action right now, though, on the back of Lars Kramer. To the inside line of turn number 1. Ryan goes for the race lead on the back of Spicer. Lawrence looking for the move on the back of Lars Kramer. Hasn't barely got any ERS to use, so this is going to be all or nothing. Maybe down towards turn number 4. Bonsai sort of move, maybe in towards turn number 4. There's a yellow flag further down the field. That Ismail that round? It is. Ismail round. Through turn number 4. Turn number 3 even, I think, coming through the first couple of corners. Lawrence there trying to get on the attack on the back of Lars Kramer. Now, put it down to none and then go for the move. Lars Kramer, at the minute, on 22%. He's doing exactly the same thing as what Lawrence is doing, but Lawrence is gaining more ERS at this stage. Ryan, I think, might have it. NLR, I think, have got it here with a 1-2 right now in their race, and what has been a really, really strong social race. If this is the sign of things to come, Console's definitely going to be on it. Blunty and Wingish are right on the back of each other. In towards the Ferrosol. Are we going to see any bonsai moves in toward the Ferrosol? Yes, we will. Blunty to the inside line, trying to get the job done on Wingish. To the outside line now, the IRT man. CRE against IRT, in towards the final couple of corners. Blunty and Wingish 5th and 6th position. Ryan to the line though, wins in Mexico. Spicer in 2nd, NLR 1-2. Lars Kramer in 3rd, Lawrence in 4th. And then in the end, Blunty finishing ahead of Wingish out on track. Finishing there, I think, in P5. P5. Wingish there dropping down because of more penalties. In the end, penalties going to be the order of the day. But it is Ryan who deservedly takes that race squared. A fantastic performance from both NLR boys. In what I thought where their race went away was in the midpoint of that race. When that BSC came out, when they decided to come into the pit lane, that's when I thought their race was gone. But they got it right in the end. And Ryan in the end, 17 lap all mediums, beating 13 lap all mediums for Spicer. So maybe, judging book by his cover, by a cover even, it's probably not the order of the day. I think Ryan, there on 17 lap all mediums, definitely saved them better than Spicer, it seems, right at the end of that race. And Ryan, in the end, wins that for NLR. So NLR take the first social race. Whether or not they take a qualifier's position remains to be seen. We are just waiting on Demizzi coming through the final couple of corners, by the way, to come to the line. He's having a bit of fun, wants a bit of airtime. We may as well give him a bit of airtime. Matthias there, very, very unhappy at that. Laurent saying sorry to BRT01, which is always good to see. And it looked like it was a glitch in the timings, which is why it caused that incident, potentially. Zeku's router was a potato as well. To be honest, I did see him lagging in the background. I will agree with that. And if TGF do want to put him forward for qualifiers, it's going to have to be a stronger connection, and we will be wanting stronger connections, of course, for console. That is it. Done for tonight. Hopefully we do see Ryan at the top step of the podium. I will do this very briefly because I'm going to go off very shortly indeed. And remind you, right at the end of the stream, of what is to come for the next week or so, or the next couple of weeks or so even, for EML. Ryan, though, does take the race win. Spicer in second. And then in the end, Lars Kramer finishing in third. 8/10 of a second covering the top 3 and 1.2 seconds covering the top 4. Not bad race at all, judging by that. Ryan, though, wins from Spicer in second, Lars Kramer third, Lawrence in fourth, Finn Bob in fifth, with Blunty in sixth, Mad Dog 7th, Isabel 8th, Lorenzo 9th, Wingish top 10 in the end, just about holding on to that position in the end. Junkie Angle in 11th, Zaku 12th, Lucas 13th, Monleypole 14th, Kamizzi 15th, Fulton Win 16th, Owen 17th, Molly in 18th, these were the DNFers, Jake and Leonardo all DNFing from that as well. As that is the wrong screen. A reminder of what is to come. That is also the wrong thing that I want to show first. PC qualifiers, remember, is on the 4th of August. Hungary and Texas, if you are just tuning in, are the 2 tracks for both console and indeed for PC. If you are wondering how it's going to run, it's all in the Discord, but basically I'm going to explain it like this. Console will have 4 sessions, 2 around Hungary, 2 around America. PC will have 1 session each around each track, probably with the same drivers, just so we get a level correspondence in terms of who is driving on what track, and also a cooperation between the averages in terms of qualifying. So there we are. Our console qualifiers is there as well, 7th of August, coming up indeed. I'm very much excited to commentate on that. I'll be leading the show for that as well, for qualifiers. And speaking of which, there are the 2 qualifying tracks as well. We've got the USA, and we've also got Hungary. Hungary is going to be up first, USA. Texas coming straight after that. And the rush down that I did a little bit earlier on, begs me to say, we've got console tiers coming up as well, along with PC. And PC will start on the 18th of August, the Austrian Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring. Then it's Japan, Italy and Monza, round number 3. Saudi Arabia, round 4. Then Dutch Grand Prix round 5, Spain round 6 after a break week, then British Grand Prix round 7, Belgium round 8, Qatar round 9, and Brazil rounding off round number 10. Same exactly as the calendar on there, just the dates are different. They're 3 days later, 7 PM and 8 PM UK time, of course, for Wednesdays for console, and Sunday 8 PM UK time. New, slightly later time of 8 PM UK time on Sunday. So there we are. And of course, the season finishes in Brazil on the 30th of October, which is the day before Halloween and also my girlfriend's birthday, which is really nice. But I'm going to end off the stream here. I'm going to say my voice up. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell if you're brand new to the channel. I really hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you probably next week. I'm going to try and get a launch show going on within the next week or so. Try and get some special guests alongside me. It will be recorded live as well for you guys at home. I'm going to be taking now a little bit of time off. You'll see me on Friday if you do want to see me for WOR Console Tier 2 comms. I'll be back with you, though, I'm sure, next week. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.